Hey guys, in today's video what we're going to be doing is installing an option on this 2013 Chevrolet Avalanche. It'll also be applicable to the Cadillac Escalade EXT. This is an older truck and this is an older option, but it's pretty handy, and we're putting it on for this owner that picked this truck up secondhand. It's a GM 1780 3347, and what it is a cargo netting type of option to help retain things that you have here in the back. Sometimes you'll get these opened up and they won't have the instructions, so I'll show you that too. Basically what we're going to be doing today, and again this is just for these Avalanche and Escalade EXT type trucks. So you can see what you've got here are some pins in these positions here, 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 and here. There are 5 on each side that we're going to replace with some retainers for this netting. And when we're done with that, it's going to give you the option to either run this along the back with the midgate, or along the front with the tailgate, or you can even run it along the sides if you're not stowing the tonneau covers. Only thing you'll need to get this off is a tool that'll let you pry this piece up. So what I'm going to be using for that, I'm going to be using a small pick to get under there, and we'll close up and zoom that in. And then we have a couple of other tools that we might use to help us get the pin out. And then these clips, if we unroll this guy inside here, they're very similar to the ones that you'll see on these nets when they get installed on the GM passenger cars. All right, so these guys are just going to screw in there in place of the clips. So let's go ahead and get the tonneau covers off here so we can get inside, and I'll show you how to do a couple of these, and then we'll stow this guy installed. Okay guys, so we're going to start on the passenger side. I'm not going to show you every one of these, but I'll show you a couple of these close up, and then I'll show you where each one is just so you get it right. So let's start with this first one down here. We're going to take our pick, and you can see there's a couple of access holes in here. We're going to get in here, we're going to pry this up just partially so that we can get a tool in here. And we use this kind of a tool to release it. And then similarly, we're going to get that up like that, and then we'll use this tool to remove it, right? So these are all the same clips. So you're going to do this one here, and now we're going to come up and do this one here. So I'll show you this one, and then I'm not going to show the others because you get the idea with just these, right? So we pull it out enough to get the tool in to unlock the pin. And then we just need to get up a little bit to get the tool underneath to remove the whole push pin assembly, just like that. So let's go ahead and do the next one. All right, so this was the first one we did, and then we did the one above, but we're going to come over and do the one in the middle, right? So you're going to skip this guy. So this is number 2. So 1, 2, and then the one we're after here is 3. And then after we do 3, we're going to go all the way to the back, and this guy will be number 4. So I'll take those 2 out, and we'll come back, and I'll show you 5. All right, so here's number 4. We've already got him prized out. And the last one you're going to do, you're going to go straight up. You're going to go grab this guy. This is number 5. So go ahead and pull number 5, then we'll put the new retainers in. All right, guys, so now we're going to put these retainers in place of the push pins. I'm just going to show you position 3 on the passenger side because the lighting's pretty good. So you can get these started by hand, and you can sometimes work them in all the way, but I've noticed some of them get kind of stiff, right? And if they get really stiff, you can use a small strap wrench, like this guy here, to work them in the rest of the way. I'm just going to show you this so you get an idea for you don't want to go crazy on the tightness here. You'll strip these out. As soon as this guy feels snug, you're done. Right? That's all we want to do there. So now we're going to put one of these in each one of the positions we took out on the passenger side, then we're going to do the same thing on the driver's side. All right, guys, I'll show you one more of these. I'm on position 2 on the passenger side. If we zoom in here, right? So we're just going to thread this in where the push pin clip went. And again, sometimes like this one, it's going to go in just fine by hand. Other times like that other one, you're going to have to use the strap wrench. All right, let's go do the other side now. All right, guys, last one on the driver's side. So I guess I'll just show you one more of these so you can see kind of getting in here and prizing this out. Getting your tool in and popping it up. Getting your tool back underneath and getting a little bit of space. Getting your tool underneath, removing it. Taking the last of your retainers and threading it into the sheet metal hole that was left by the push pin. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you can get them in finger tight without having to use the strap wrench. This one's just fine. All right, so now with that done, if we pull back a little bit, pull back a lot rather. So in the kit, you've got these ropes. And what you're going to do with these guys is you're going to loop them around this one, and you're going to get another one and loop it around here. And then this one's going to go loop around the middle. And then it's going to go all the way to the back one. And then you're going to do the same thing with the one that you put on the top. You're going to run it all the way to the back one. All right, guys, so these are on this side. I just want to show you how they are, right? So you should have the outermost loop on the retainer, and then this is going to be the loop that holds the net. There's some tension piece here, and then you're going to have the loop that best fits the center, and then that's for the net. And then similarly, the outermost loop on the bottom, and then that one's for the net. The top, same kind of approach, the outermost one here, and the outermost one there. These guys are really tight, really tight. There's not a lot of slack in here at all, but this is on. So what's going to happen for the net then is these hooks. So your options on the net are you can either take the net and mount it on these brackets that are already part of this piece, or you can take them and mount them on these loops here and here, for example. Right, so you got several mounting points here, the loops in the middle, or the loops in the back. And then you can either put this side on the loops in the back or the brackets, or you can run it across. Now let's take a look at the passenger side rather. Let me show you a problem we had over there. All right, so same as we showed on the driver's side. What we found here is actually this one has got a lot less tension on it. That immediately clued me in. These are probably handmade, and they're going to be of varying lengths. And that's the problem we found out with the last one. So we went to put the outer loop at the back, and we tried to run this loop here, and we exhaust the tension here. So we exhaust the tension. What we'll find out is we're like an inch short on reaching our mounting point. And so this one's defective. Now you can't take this back because this is a discontinued option, right? And you can still find them on eBay at a swap meet or what have you. It's not like you're going to be able to, do a return here. So we're going to have to modify this one. What that means is we're probably going to have to give up one of these loops and probably cut the threading so that we can get some more tension to have this fit. So I'm going to decide, what we're going to give up here, but we're going to have to modify this to make it fit. I'll show you what I end up coming up with, and that'll be how we wrap it up. All right, guys, what I've decided to do here, I'm going to cut one of these center loops because we can't use it anyway. Just going to get the stitching that they did to make the loop, because that's where they made their mistake. When they made this, they made the loop too big. So yeah, I'm going real slow here because my finger's there, and I also don't want to do anything but cut the stitching. I do not want to cut the actual cord. Put some tension on it can help make sure you're only getting the stitching. Really sucks that we have to modify it like this, but like I said, it's discontinued, so what can you do? Right, so what we're going to have to do now we obviously have enough to get it where we wanted to put it. This one was so short that even cutting that, we still have enough tension. But if we didn't, what we would try to do is make another small loop like that. You know, go ahead and unhook it, make another small loop, and then literally I just get some, you know, an upholstery needle and thread, and I'd sew another loop in right there. But I think this is going to work out okay as is. So slight modification we had to do. But now, like I was saying, we can take this net, you can just stay on this side here. You just kind of run it across the bed. Right? So that's the purpose of this accessory. And then similarly, like I said, you could go ahead and you could take it off these little ropes altogether. And you could hook it onto these brackets that are built into the back as well. So that's what this accessory is for. I hope this helps you out in getting yours installed. Like I said, it's a discontinued accessory, but it's still out there. You can pick them up at eBay or pick them up on Swap Meets. I'll put a link in the description. They're even on Amazon still, because some dealers still have them in stock. I'll put all those links in the description. If you found this helpful or it clued you into an accessory you'd like to get for your old truck, I'd really appreciate you paying it forward and hitting that like button. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.